but watch what happens here. Nature!
Whoa.
Bam, bam!
Whoa.
Lightning does struck twice. In fact, it happened 3 times for the Chargers in this game. Early on, 3rd and goal. Herbert. Who is that? Donald Parham.
Surgical.
Undrafted guy out of Stetson. Apparently that was the Kevin Durant dance. Right? Now look at this. They had a lead guy uncovered. Renfro. So the guy was uncovered, the gunner. So the punter throws to him. Hunter Renfro said, no.
Great football instincts right there. Great
Unbelievable play. He's only 5'10", 185, and one of the best hits of the year. 7-0 now. They're going to pile on. Look at this one. Another laser. Oh, my God, this Justin Herbert.
Oh, my goodness.
Jared Cook, a massive target. You want to see a beautiful pass? Mike Rob, look at the touch on this one.
Running back. Yes.
All right, so the route is on. That was right before the half. It's 21-0. These Raiders have been a great story, but they're getting routed here. But hold on, they get one back. Now it's 21-7. Derek Carr, what do you got? Make a statement. Do something. Look at Darren Waller. Are you out of your mind?
That's not fair.
That is like a flip. And he's going to flex on it. He also got a ridiculous taunting penalty, like the worst one. Fourth quarter, 21-14. Here's some fireworks for you. Here's your Lightning. Ruggs. Woo! Got it.
Behind you.
Woo! They torched him. We call that a rug burn. And they got it bad, and the Raiders fans there. But now on a 3rd and 3, they call it 3rd and Renfro. Looking, bam! Sacked by Christian Covington. Remember the sack? We're going to talk about it in a few minutes. Christian Covington, a great history on the show. Played the flute or something. 21-14. Out of 4th and 2, Brandon Staley, you nut. Absolutely got it. Herbert, ice in his veins. And 2nd and 4, here is your dagger.
Work. Look at that.
Yeah. Now watch, Austin Eckler is going to do the heavy metal, the air guitar. He told us on this show he's listening to Disturbed when he does that.
Really?
And the Raiders get stupefied. He did. That's, of all things, he likes Disturbed. 28-14. Raiders fans slightly disturbed after this. But let's hear from Justin Herbert, who's got kind of a Steve Belichick type look going here, saying we wouldn't have won this last year.
It's one of those games that, we might not have won last year, but it's great to see from the defense going out there and holding them down, and the offense going down and scoring. And I think it's huge because, we bounced back after a big win against Kansas City last week. But, it's always about the next week. It's always about the next opportunity. And, we play an incredible Browns team next week, and it's all about them. And so we're going to enjoy this one for a little bit, but show up to work tomorrow and get watching the film.
It was noisy from the Raider fans in the building, of course. Early, noisy, but then Justin Herbert said, no, this is my house. Peter, what'd you make of the Chargers handing the Raiders their first loss of the season under the bright lights and the lightning of Monday Night Football?
This isn't our typical Chargers team. That's what I got from this. And they're not coached like a Chargers team is typically coached. They are living free, and they are willing to just let it all out there. They're up 21-0. The Raiders come right back, and you start thinking, okay, here we go. And this is what we do. We're the Chargers. 21. It's 21-14. It's 3rd and 3. Take a look at the play call here on 3rd and 3. In the fourth quarter, Brandon Staley, 3rd and 3. Let's get across the 50, and let's get it. Incomplete. All right, bring the punt team on here. Remember, it's a 7-point game. Brandon Staley, without any hesitation, sends the guys right back out on 4th and 3.
Agresivo.
And they convert, and they would score a touchdown 6 plays later. This is not what the Chargers used to do. They would put the game away. They would take their foot right here on this play right here, and they said, you know what? We're going to shove it on your neck, and we're going to suffocate you, and you are not going to have a chance to get back in this thing. Chargers of old, maybe they punt. Raiders tie it, then there's a missed field goal, something. I love how decisive Brandon Staley is. Last week, he went for it on a 4th and 9 in Kansas City. Last night, with the game feeling like it might be slipping away, they fail on 3rd down. He says, no, send the guys right back out there. I trust our quarterback. I trust our offense.
You going to keep doing this?
It's working.
I wonder if it burns them. Who knows? But it is working.
It's working.
Right,
and the defense is playing really well as well, and we can go into those numbers later in the show. But the fact that they're playing and saying, you're going to have to get us off the field. We're not going to take ourselves off the field. Says a lot. It's a new Chargers team. Let's embrace it.
It's a new Chargers team, and I think they have all the confidence in the world in their quarterback. That's why you go for it on 4th and 9. That's why you take the chances on 4th down. This guy, Justin Herbert, is surgical in his approach to throwing the football. But I think you can be that when you have a part of the football, a part of your game, a part of your team that you can lean on. And they lean on this run game. Austin Eckler was amazing last night. And it's because that offensive line is one of the best offensive lines in the National Football League. He took it outside. He took it between the tackles. He runs with natural leverage. I don't mean to talk about him being short, but he runs with natural leverage, which gives him an advantage in the run game. Running behind this big offensive line. I saw Justin Herbert under center more. I mean, when this guy was coming out of college in the combine, I remember making a comment during the combine saying, I'm not so sure this guy's going to be able to go in the center because he hadn't done it that much at Oregon. He gets under center. He's able they're able to run the ball with him under center, and that's what makes this team deadly, man. I mean, they controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. They got after Derek Carr. If they could continue to do this, who's going to beat him in the AFC West?
They're really good.
Who's going to beat him?
They're really good. I found out something last night about Eckler I didn't know. Steve Levy said on the broadcast his nickname is Pound for Pound because they believe he's the strongest player in the league.
He looks
pound
like
for pound. He is so strong and so good. Both of these teams are really good. Like I don't really think I take away like the Raiders don't have it. The Chargers, they're both really good. And the storylines, the Chargers didn't fold. And also when the Raiders got down 21-0, they didn't go away and die either. They fought. Like they both have fight. And speaking of fight, there was an awesome quote last night. If you love the rivalry, take a look what Joey Bosa had to say after the game about the Raiders quarterback. We knew once we hit him a few times, he gets really shook. And you saw that on Covington's sack. He was pretty much curling into a ball before we even got back there. Great dude, great player. But we know once you get pressure on him, he kind of shuts down. Joseph Bosa. This is the Chargers pass rusher on the Raiders quarterback who was the MVP frontrunner going into last night. And this has every single bit of scar tissue and muscle memory from decades of Chargers Raiders. Put him in Oakland, put him in LA, put him in Vegas, wherever you want, that is still there. Those are major, major fighting words. Let me translate that. He's nervous and gets happy feet when you hit him. And you know what? There's a lot of report about Carr over the year about maybe he's soft. I don't believe that, but apparently the Chargers do. And he did curl up on that Covington sack, and he did get ready for the hit. And next time they play, remember that quote because Bosa will be a marked man. I mean, that is what we show up for.
But most of your quarterbacks that aren't movers, that aren't runners, they get shook when they get hit in the pocket. I mean, I get what he's saying, but you could say that about a lot of our quarterbacks.
Is there something about Derek Carr specifically that sort of gives off that energy?
Don't get me started on
Okay.
it. But
I
I do think that teams, that's something that they game plan about. Hit them, even if you get a little bit of a 15-yard penalty,
hit him.
Make him think about it later on.
The reason I know that the Chargers are a different team is that even when a team beats a team on a big primetime game, somebody at the table in the morning wants to talk about the other squad. And we'll get to the Raiders, of course. Yeah. But unanimously at the breakfast table this morning, in the meeting, everyone said, no, I want to talk Eckler. No, I want to talk Staley. Everyone wanted to pick their different lane to go on, which means it's complete. It's also the front office and getting Rashawn Slater.
Absolutely.
Of course, to draft him, what a value he was. What they did on defense, we haven't even gotten into. Derwin James being back and healthy and being a dominant force. But to me, he could not have played a better first half, Justin Herbert. 3 touchdowns, 174 yards in the first half. It was insane, surgical, as you said. But in the second half, rather, when the Raiders were trying to make some sort of run or something happen, Michael, I was like, usually that's when I'm sort of waiting for the team that like 5 years ago, I've been going through this heartbreak and these roller coasters. They're going to collapse. They're going to make it interesting. They're going to give me a heart attack. They're going to take years off my life. I didn't have that thought for a second because of Justin Herbert, which is a very new sort of enterprise for me.
Well, again, he's big in stature. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't say a whole lot. He has a big arm. And then I like to see how his teammates react to him when he does something great.
Okay.
Right? When Justin Herbert makes a big pass, when he threw some of those touchdowns, look at the sideline. Look at how the guys want to rally around him. He's the true leader for that team. And I think if this team continues to grow, they learn how to win the tight games like we're starting to see them do it. Again, like I just said before, who's going to beat him in the AFC West? And I'm including Kansas City in that conversation.
Well, they've got the Browns up next. So, Strikes, you can speak to this. Like he looks like he's getting better and better every week, and this team is. But it's been big games. Like where I'm not used to the Chargers also having these big games one after the other.
At Arrowhead and then to beat the Raiders and now Cleveland. Like you go through this stretch with 3 wins. Okay.
I'm not here for the normalization of Justin Herbert. There's this sense of like the young quarterbers are so good now.
He's different.
No, he's different.
This is not normal.
Yes.
Look at Lawrence and Fields and Wilson and all these guys now. Like Herbert didn't look like that. This is not normal. And do not be spoiled by this. He's special.
Is there one thing that changed your mind from your whole offseason spiel of why are we giving him a gold jacket? He had won Rookie of the Year. Like you weren't sold. You had to be sold. What was that selling point?
He won an Arrowhead. He beat Mahomes in Arrowhead, and then this was the letdown week. And they're 21-0, and then they're going to blow the lead. Like This guy, his pulse is like this, and he is so poised. I think the win in Arrowhead, and now they beat the Raiders in the Raiders Stadium. This guy's awesome. He's awesome.
Browns is going to be really interesting. More on this game, more on the AFC. I'm sure Chiefs fans tweeting my friend Michael Robinson as I say.
They beat him fair and square.
And hello to Tom Pelissero. He is joining us right now. The Niners are facing the NFL's only undefeated team, the Arizona Cardinals. This one going on, of course, on Sunday, Week 5 slate. What is the latest on the injuries that San Francisco perennially is dealing with, but not usually at the quarterback spot? Jimmy Garoppolo, what's going on?
Okay, Jimmy Garoppolo's calf injury might not be as bad as Jimmy G himself originally thought. 49ers coach Kyle Shanahan told reporters on Monday that it's really more of a bruise or a contusion on his calf as opposed to a muscle strain. So Garoppolo is still sore at this point, but the hope is that he progresses enough that when they reevaluate him on Wednesday, he will have improved and have a good chance to play this week against Arizona. Now, Garoppolo could not really push off that calf after he got injured early this past week in a loss to the Seahawks and ended up giving way to rookie Trey Lance. If Jimmy can go this week, that would delay the starting debut of Lance as they take on those Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. Meanwhile, the 49ers do need a new kicker. Robbie Gould expected to miss 3 to 5 weeks with that groin strain that he suffered in pregame warm-up, so it will be an old-fashioned kicker derby, Kay, with several coming in for tryouts this week.
Kicking real important, as we've seen through